Alright guys, so it's the next day. I'm happy with the direction I am going. Again, this would also come out much nicer if you took the body apart and the pan apart and changed the whole sections. But again, we are working with what we are working with and we're not doing that. So we are going to bend these lips that I bent this section out so I was able to slide this box in and get up and weld it so I could bend them back shut again. I think I could tack that and that back together. And then we're going to start hammering here. I think we've got good metal probably right in this area. And top off some, knock out some of the really heavy stuff. And we'll make a patch that comes across to here. I think I'm back. We'll tie this wall back to this side of the box again. And whatever we can do up there. Actually, might be able to come right up even higher. We'll see. Right in there is good. It's my imaginary line that's going to stay there for now. Alright. I think we need... whittle down a little bit. I'd say right there. Should get this right. Do we want to do that for now? I don't think that'll be a bad thing. You think something like that? Yeah, we'll go with that. Probably just nip. Why you need any of that up there? I don't think so. I don't think that adds to the party. So that's fine. Go hit that with a Sharpie. If I can find one. Found one. I'm gonna say we need to go prep it right there. And we'll build off of here. Back down again. Let's see if we can erase some of that line now. Be right on the spot welds from the other side, so that's good. Don't go that way. Might slice that and weld that to that. No, it's already it's attached to the wall going that way. I should probably hammer that in. going to hammer that all the way in and attach it to here, because I'm going to come over this with plate anyway after this is on. Yeah, they all make a better connection. And a little beating, persuading in different areas. Coming back and just checking the profile. Looks pretty good. We got a good seam weld going down there, across the top and down the bottom, and then across down there too. That should tie that section back to that box. And again, everything is thicker than what the original stuff was. So let me get that couple tacks on there and get that buzzed in there. So I took a look at the other side, and it pretty much just curves right in and meets right up with this surface. But I want to bridge. I'm not sure what direction I want to go. I don't know if I want to make a patch right now that goes up over this whole thing and closes this wall off so this box becomes strong, you know what I mean? And then skin over the top of it, or do I want to skin to here and then make a patch that goes over all of that? That's what I'm kicking back and forth right now. I can persuade some of this maybe a little bit. Keep going back and forth. I can come up behind here with a patch and come in and grab that. So if I got that covered, and then we get this convoluted one that's going to go in there. There we go. Something like that. And put it on the hinges. We know how well my hinges go over, so put it on the hinges right there. Mount's gonna live right in there. And just a little more tapping and bending. We're about there. That. Like that, I think. I don't know. If you put the hinges up there, you have to go like this. That. Let me get that guy part of that guy with the big metal glue gun, and we'll see about enclosing the rest of it. Another 50-degree day. Get to keep the doors open. Get some airflow through. So that's it. Another patch panel in and done for this side, I do believe. And again, it's all 14 gauge. Sounds best where I made it. The repairs, doesn't it? All right, let's. What do you think we got going on here? I would say that there was a skin on the back side of it, and then this channel, and where this channel support for the tower, for the strut tower, came down, probably trapped crap and caused its issues. I wonder if we should maybe kind of slice here. Maybe we'll weld in a patch, clean all this shit off, weld a square patch in over this, and then maybe come down with a continuation of that. Probably your best bet. I'm gonna go peek around the other side and make sure I don't have any other issues. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty Frankenstein-ish. So I ended up cutting out a hole and then made the patch the exact size and butt welded that in, and then came back and rebuilt the end of the end of that strut down there. I think it's a little longer than what it was before. Close. And left the bottom open so anything that gets behind there can kind of piss out. And again, I'm leaving the bottom open underneath here for that same reason. Plus we can get to shoot grease up inside there to protect that from rusting. I think I'm also going to drill a hole here. Where do I want to do one here, one here, I think one here, I gotta remember. And we'll shoot fluid in for those locations too to protect the backside. Well, that looks pretty good for what it is. It's pretty good for Frankenstein. But everything that was rusted and rotted is now replaced with metal and thicker than it was. So I feel much better about it now than when it came in anyway. All right, more work. Keep moving forward. Maybe a little run to the steel yard, see if there's something to work with. So I ended up grabbing 40-foot. I'm not gonna be able to get them out of there. These are 2 pieces of angle right there, 1x1, 1/8" wall, and then some C-channel down below. That right there, from there to there. There's a piece of C-channel, another one inside there. Hopefully we can wrap the frame with that. If not, we're gonna go for the 1x1. And just for the stock, while I was here getting more steel, I grabbed some more 1x2 14-gauge wall, just so I have stuff to work with in the future. So some of that's gonna go in the welding trailer, and I'm probably gonna bring a piece of angle in and a piece of the C-channel in, and grab another bottle of shielding gas. Let's go back to work. All right, back in the garage, ready to have at it again. One of the other things I picked up too, as I saw this hanging on the wall, is a extended reach type of clamp. Kind of like it. We'll see how it holds up. It has pads on the end of it. You don't want to scratch something, then you can take them off. You can do regular welding, and then they can articulate. So if you're grabbing something on an angle, you can kind of still grab it, you know. So, yeah, it's about 36 bucks. Probably do better online, but figure I'd try one of those. Got a funky, I guess you're supposed to put a bar, you could put a bar or something through it to adjust it. And you can lock it down too. Alright, so I got a section cut off the end of that bar. We're just going to use that. We'll eyeball that up underneath the bug, and we'll see how that fits on the lower frame rail, and see if maybe we can just go right around it with that. And under we go. And it looks like that's a patch. That's not bond. It looks like it's a welded in patch right there. Find out when we whack on it a little bit. But as you can see, the bottom is gone. Pretty much the whole thing. So I think our best bet is probably going to be this guy. I know it's a tad skinnier, What I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the plasma cutter. I'm going to slice out about that much of it. Maybe we'll leave the little bit of a radius on each end. And we should be able to draw it in enough where this can tap up over it. And then we can weld it down on both sides. I think it'll probably be our strongest setup. It looks like it's got one change in a bend right here. So we'll make a piece from here to here. And then we'll do a straight shot all the way to the front with the remainder of it. So I am going to set up with a plasma cutter and make a smoky mess and try to remove that center section the best we can. If the plasma cutter makes too much of a mess, we'll just come back with a whiz wheel and I'll cut it with the whiz wheel on both sides. See how that goes. I'll spare you that noise. So yeah, going with a cutting wheel. Let's see. Always a sliver that wants to hold on, right? Yeah, it looks pretty decent where I'll be getting up into. I figure we're going to be about an inch up, a little shy of that. Just give it a couple whacks. That looks pretty good. Do I have my piece down here still? My little test fit piece. Here it is. So let's see. You guys want to hold that while I give it a whack with a hammer? Oh, we want to get rid of it there. Let's try. It's going to be tight. I expected this to actually flex a little bit more than what it is. Oh yeah. So if we do that, it looks like it'll be okay. Maybe we'll start with this rear section first. We'll work from here forward. We'll clean this up, get it ready and prepped. On both sides, we'll start with this section, see how we like it. If we need to change up, we'll change up down there. I'd rather do what's that, about 16 inches long or so before we do the 4-foot piece there. Noise alert. Let's see about getting some of that undercoating off. So I kind of prepped that up and got to where we're going to get to be able to get a good weld to it. So that's kind of cleaned up going down the length of it. Gutted the center and I got the same on the outside. So I think our best bet is I'm going to make the piece come all the way to here, but we'll probably notch it on one side and let it kind of step around right here, because that's a plate already welded on. I know I'm not going to be able to squeeze this together. So we'll leave that well enough alone, give us probably some area to move on that, and then come up here, clean that up. That's all. That hole. Yeah. Get the rest of that paint out of there. We'll get that. We'll try to tuck it as close as we can to the jack point, probably weld it to the jack point too. And I think we're going to stop right here where that bend is. I'm going to take a tape measure, we'll slice off a section of that and start whittling it into shape. That's after I sweep the floor up so my creeper can roll. Getting a little crunchy under the old feet there. I got a piece cut out. I'm going to go, so we are going to want to notch it I'd say right here, and then all the way across. Is that good? I don't see any other reason to do anything else, right? Yeah, I should probably give it just a hair fatter. We might have to just grind these tips down a little bit on the bend side there too. I probably should have cut it on a slight angle. No, I'll hit it with the grinder. It'll knock. I'm going to exaggerate, but I'm going to kick it like that so that the next piece will have a better shot at trying to come straight into it. I think you're in the shot. Alright. We got that piece prepped. Let's see how we fit. I haven't crushed this down. It may just go on its own now that there's nothing in there. But if so, we'll come back. I want to get as close to that, I guess, as possible. Good. Well, not there yet. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's right about there. That way. Probably should have left that notch. Go that further up, huh? Oh well. I think we're okay. I cut that on an angle too. I need to right here prep the metal a little bit. It's got some black around this corner, so I'm not going to be able to get good weld on it. Let's go back a little die grinder. Wherever that one ended up. Get that. What I use is the die grinder to get in those little tight spots, but the big flapper disc on the open areas. We're gonna have to weld it, it's so tight. Now we're good. I tried, I got that piece cut out, ready to go up in there, and I tried beating on it with a hammer. It's kind of fighting me a little bit, so I figured probably it would be a better idea. Just cut a piece of wood to roughly the height. Hopefully we're not too tall. Look, I am. Maybe we'll try jacking it into place. Right there. Let's see if you can push where the issue is. I gotta hammer it back a little before we go any further. Close up that gap. Good. Or did I push this one? You guys let me know. Can you even see that? Let's see if we can get her up into place now. So snug we don't even have to weld it. Forward a little bit more. That just worked out dandy, didn't it? Let's go take a peek. Chicken. Get some light too. That looks pretty good. Should be able to buzz all that up and give us some strength. And then we got to build that corner. The corner's gone. Back up. I think the rest of it should be decent. See one little blowout there. Not gonna be that concerned. If we have to, we'll plate that, but I think the strength will definitely be back in with that sucker in there. What do you think? Should be heavy enough. Too bad somebody put a bunch of junk on the other side already. Could have done the same thing. I think it's going to make for a nice clean look. Alright, well, I'm going to go fire up the welder and start tacking. And you're flashing. You guys are flashing me. Stop it. Alright. So that's all buzzed in. Yeah, it's alright. Kind of hard to get up and get a good angle with it with the gun. Making excuses again. So I think I'm going to leave this open until I make these pieces. But I think this video is probably long enough. So we're probably going to wrap this one up right about here. And you get to see more if you want on the next video. How's that? You're not going to see anything, are you? Darkness is what you're going to see. So I'm going to go hit that with a flapper disc before I do anything. And then probably jump on making some patterns for the front. But for this one, guys, can you focus? There you go. For this one, I think we're going to wrap it up. Well, thanks for kind of hanging out and help me glue a bug back together. And we'll continue on the next one. With that, guys, I'll see you later.